shouldn't tell anybody, but what we do out there is fantastic. What the rest of them do, you know, whether it be walking over hills at the weekend or out on their push bikes, this is the ultimate adrenaline buzz. And if you talk to pilots especially, this place here is the next best thing to flying jets, you know. So come on down, give it a go, definitely. Okay, good morning. Welcome to Silverstone from Focused Events and SuperBike Magazine. Your first session out this morning will be 3 sighting laps line astern behind the instructors. Remember this, if you jump off your bike here today, you will destroy it. I guarantee that. It is very, very fast. So please treat this place with respect, all right? Because it will bite you hard.
They can be quite daunting if you've not been on a track before. But you've got to start somewhere, so come along. There's normally instructors that can go out with you.
Try it. They are daunting, they are intimidating at times, but they are damn good fun.
A fantastic environment to enjoy your bike.
But get down here, 5 minutes on the track and you lose all the nerves and it's fantastic.
Okay, welcome to our suitably titled Rough Guide to Track Days.
Now, I know a lot of you out there will have spent loads of time doing track days. You've done hundreds of them, all the tracks. At the same time, there was some of you who haven't done any and you're thinking, oh God, I'm a bit nervous, sounds dangerous, should I have a go?
So, not that we want to come on like school teachers or the man or anything, but here are a few suggestions, a few do's and don'ts, if you will.
And there's got to be something in here for everyone.
There's no polite way of putting this, but it's really not worth getting utterly hammered the night before your track day. Face it, you've paid a lot of money to go on a track. You'll wake up feeling like death with a rotten hangover, and all you'll end up doing is riding well below your ability and run the risk of crashing your brains out and destroying your bike. Trust us, it's really not worth it. I mean, a couple of pints the night before isn't going to do you any harm, but for God's sake, don't overdo it.
No matter how unusual it is to get a night away for the missus, this is not the time to get pissed off, turn up at 3 o'clock for your bed with a carry-out and a last glass of whiskey in your hand.
The truth is, you're going to have a very busy day on the track, so best get to bed early.
A wee read of your book.
And then it's off to the land of Nod.
It feels exactly like when you're on the plane to Alicante and the orange-clad woman for EasyJet is telling you yet again how to put your seatbelt on. But it's not really. There's a lot of good stuff in the track day briefing. The guy's going to tell you what's going on at the track that day, things might have changed from the last time you were there, and it really is just worth paying attention, having a listen. They're going to give you some good advice, even if you've been there 1,000 times before. Listen, and if nothing else, it's a polite thing to do. Oh, I've been going so fast this morning, and I still feel a bit stinky for that hangover last night. This is going to sort me right out. If I'm not much faster this afternoon with all this grub in me, I'll be amazed. Oh, Coke, brilliant. Despite what our fast friend here is saying, he's wrong. You don't need that much food at lunchtime.
I mean, to be fair, you probably don't need that much food for a week, far less an afternoon. You're probably better off going for a slightly lighter meal option here, like Fast Boy John.
Bit of pasta, bit of tuna, bit of salad, glass of water.
Some complex carbohydrate and a little bit of protein. Bob's your auntie's living lover.
Well, there's a few pointers to start off with, but don't listen to us. Listen to the people who are actually doing the track days. Here's a few SuperBike track day goers at Silverstone telling us all about it.
Top tip is just to come along and have fun. Take it nice and easy. It's a long day. Just come and enjoy yourself.
For guys that have done a few track days, this is the first time for me. I've done like a really wet day, and about a year ago I bought some wet tyres for wet weather, and they're absolutely fantastic. You can enjoy your day just as much to the full without being worried about it slipping. And if you have like normal tyres on, you're going very tentatively, you know, around the track. So it's worth maybe £300 or £400 to buy the wet tyres on another set of wheels, and just go and enjoy the day. I'm having a fantastic day. I love it to bits. It's I was a bit worried about the rain, but now I don't give a damn. I'm just going to go out even if it's pouring down.
Just speak to as many people as possible. There's lots. Everyone's got something to say about a track day. 99% of the time it's going to be good. And you just learn from other people that are here, really. Enjoy it, but don't go crazy. Get as much advice as you can. Just take it steady. Try not to get fears and have people push you along. Just go at your own pace.
Yeah, track days are dangerous, but you haven't got anything coming in the other direction. And you haven't got tractors pulling out of fields. So a track day, I think, is a natural progression if you want to carry on going faster and trying to trying to improve your riding.
God forbid the worst case scenario, you fall off your bike, you get hurt or whatever, we're going to have somebody with you within, a minute and a half, not the normal wait on the side of the road for half an hour and are they here yet?
I'd go and watch one first, to be honest with you. I've seen a couple of friends do them. It's quite good to watch guys out there, how they prepare and how they're actually riding on the track before you can try and do it yourself.
Everybody's going the same way. We've got no walls, curbs, cars, tractors, or people looking for garden centres,
I should have been on this event, but unfortunately 5 weeks ago at Donington Park, I high-sided it on the old hairpin, hence the plaster on my wrist. Even though I've got this injury, I find track days safer than riding on the road. If I'd have done this on the road, it would have been a lot worse.
The only thing I would say to people who just passed their test is give it 6 months and get to a position where you're comfortable with your bike and you're comfortable with yourself riding. One of the things that people should always try to remember is that they should be in control of the bike, not the bike being in control of them. You've got to get to the point where you're comfortable, you're confident with the bike, and you understand the bike. And at that point, 3 or 6 months after you've done your test, you're feeling comfortable, come and do a circuit. And we'll put you into a beginner group. Fluorescent jackets work because it highlights them to the people in that beginner group that it's their first track day. And lots of people in that beginner group are always going to be in the beginner group because that's their pace and they're comfortable there, they feel safe there.
It's all down to safety, Focus events is fantastic. They're very safely minded. Road is just very dangerous nowadays.
At the end of the day, these don't grow back, So good gloves, helmet, 1 or 2 piece leathers. They're 2 piece leathers. They want to zip together at least 180 degrees. Boots and gloves, and a smile.
Before you go on the track with your bike, there's a few things you want to check. There's some of the things you would check anyway, just the same as if you were riding the bike on the road. Chain's one of these, very important. You want to check the adjustment of the chain, just make sure you get the right amount of slack. Check the manual or check the sticker here. Another wee tip to check is check the slack in your throttle cable, just at your lever here. A lot of racers are fanatical about this. They just don't want any slack at all in the cables, just so when they're coming out of a corner that as soon as they start turning the twist grip, they're right on the power. Dead easy to do. Just go up here, there's a lock nut and an adjuster nut. You just loosen that off, tighten it in or out and just feel the slack decreasing. On your road bike, if you're used to a bit of slack, then remember that that's gone once you've adjusted it, and just make sure you're used to that before you get out on the track. But it just gives you a wee bit extra finesse, a wee bit extra control over the power delivery, just you're coming out the corner. Say if you're getting a wee pause, just if the twist gets moving, the throttle's not opening, you've got no power, then it comes on. Because if you take the slack out, then as soon as you start opening the throttle, you're through the corner and you're away. If the bike's got a brake lever adjuster, most of them do nowadays, it's worth just checking that before you go out as well. Now, you'll have your normal setting on the road, which is fine. I mean, I've got stumpy fingers, so I put mine on the shortest setting, closest to the bar. But the thing is, when you're riding the track, your brakes run a lot hotter than normal. And there's a good chance you'll maybe get a wee bit more movement in the lever. Just as the fluid heats up, it becomes a little bit more compressible. And you might find that if you have a really hard session, the lever comes back further and further. It's coming right back to the bar. So a tip is just to move it out, maybe 1 notch from what you normally have it. So put it to 5 instead of 6. And just that gives you that wee bit extra space, freedom, just to take up the play that you get for the extra heat fade. Things you should check, which sounds stupid, but people do it. Remember your key. If you bring your bike in the van, remember the key to leave it in the mantelpiece. Remember your alarm fob. Drive 200 miles in the van, forget your alarm fob. No fucking track day. Make sure you get petrol before you start. A track in Silverstone where we are today, there's fuel facilities here, you can get petrol. Very expensive petrol, having said that, but you can get petrol on the track. A lot of tracks don't have any petrol facilities on site, particularly at a track day. So you might have to go Cadwell, you've got to ride a fair distance to get some petrol if you run out during the day. So if you've got a van, bring some cans with petrol. Make sure you're filled to start with. Saves you messing about at the start of the day, gets you right in there.